Axians, Pelican here with a couple more tips on Liberator flying. I am mainly a Liberator pilot when my partners are usually online. If not, I'm flying around my ESF most of the time, and if that's down, I usually snipe. I don't like being anywhere near close combat. But besides that, the tips I have on Liberator flying involve orbiting, defensive countermeasures against ESFs, as well as some other key features what I consider some of the best weapons to use and the best certification choices for the Liberator. I'm going to start with my certification choices, and I start with the high G frame, which gives you vertical thrust power, which helps your forward acceleration. It helps just general acceleration if you're using spacebar and moving forward to get out of the area quickly. And for me, that's been really helpful to move. And you know, when you're tilting forward the 10-15 so degrees with the spacebar forward, and you're going just directly forward, you go about as fast as, I think a little bit faster than a Reaver, about as fast as a normal Mosquito. So, I mean, a Liberator going as fast as them is pretty useful. I only have high G2 I'm trying to get through right now, which I think will make me faster than a stock ESF, so you can run away pretty quickly. Other than that, the guns I chose, I have the Tank Buster on the front, so when I'm gunning down someone, I can... It's got a very small clip, but it packs a wallop if you get all those shots on it. It's pretty effective against other aircraft too if you get above another Liberator and get close to him when he's not paying attention, because most of them don't check their surroundings for another Liberator. They usually hear a missile lock and run away. Thing is, if you get behind them, it will destroy them. A Galaxy is a good example. It takes me about 3-4 clips to completely kill a Galaxy with the Tank Buster. I don't know if they're going to nerf that, considering it's called a Tank Buster and it destroys aircraft. I'm not sure about that yet. It's got a very, very slow bullet and a very huge drop, so it's not super effective, but at close range it can be pretty devastating. For the bomber gun, I use the Zephyr, or at least my partner uses the Zephyr. It's his preference over the Dalton, just because of the multiple shots. We got the reload speed certification, so you can reload quicker, which fully upgraded, I believe you can almost fire constantly. There's only like a second or second and a half delay in your reload with all the certifications into reload speed. Also have infrared, very, very useful day or night. It'll pop up little, pretty much light bulbs in a green field. It's really easy to see enemies with it. The zoom isn't as useful as you think it would be. I haven't tried thermal yet. I don't have thermal on actually anything right now. I've been spread out with my certs on so many vehicles. I haven't tried it out yet, but I don't know if it'd be better. Tank Buster, obviously, I only have the zoom on it. The tail gun is the AA gun. We use it very sparingly. We only run a 2-man crew most of the time. When our third man's on, he's usually flying an ESF for coverage. But for the tail gun, we don't use it because for our tactic with my high G frame, if someone's chasing us, for my defensive, I have afterburners, not flare, for this simple reason. If they're chasing us, I will afterburner, get above them, and tilt down like this, and my bomber can shoot them in the face. And it's a one-shot kill, and if not, he'll get a second shot in because he's pretty skilled. I just give him the angle, and he can shoot and kill any ESF that's on our tail, and we don't really have to retreat until we get multiples on us. And even then, we've taken down 3 that have chased us before with the Zephyr on our belly. Excuse me. Now, for orbiting, you want to be able to do it effectively. You'll see people do it. Some people just like come to a dead stop and float there, which is a horrible, horrible idea. Because if it's a hot zone, the other team will be dropping in, and they'll see your Liberators sitting here. They'll slam into it and kill you. Or if you're just sitting here and you don't have any kind of like afterburner like I do, or high G to get away fast, if you hear a missile lock, you know it's going to hit you. You are completely screwed. It's basically an attack, but I don't have a gunner right now. Eh. Now, for orbiting, you want to do it orbiting correctly. How I'm doing right here is horribly wrong, which I see a lot of people do, is they just curve into it and turn. If you think about it, the belly is pointing down and out of the base, so he can't see the center of the base at all. What you want to do, first off, find a speed that relates to the size of the base while you're turning. Whatever your turn key is. You just hold the turn key, then you find the speed, and once you have the speed and the turn down, which not exactly right, maybe about 240 for an amp station, and you hold down left, you turn out to the right, and you just adjust it as you go, your bomber at the right altitude can see the entire base, and he's getting a nice full speed around it. Now if you go any slower, you're going to have to just tap the turn button, obviously, because that's what the balance is. Just got to balance it out. And you get to the point where I'm doing it second nature. I'm at the speed, I'm at the angle, I'm at the rotation, and it lets the bomber fully see the entire base. He can get a couple kills if there's people in it. Gets all angles around structures. And if anyone locks onto us, I'm going a decent enough speed, I can accelerate, and I will only get hit by one rocket tops. And especially with Afterburner, I can get out pretty quick like that. I usually drop down low so it'll hit any building because it's usually coming from the base or on a tower. If it's from a tower, it'll hit me once and then I'll be gone before anything else happens. Other than that, that's my Liberator tips. I will be working on ESF tips for all three factions because I do play all the factions right now. Mainly Mosquito is what I have heavily invested on my server. NC second, then Scythe I'm still kind of fresh on. It's a squirrely aircraft, I will say. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, leave a comment. Like if you want some more tips, and I will see you on the battlefield.